Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brother K reporting live from Apple Valley, Minnesota. The final day of the 9-day Minnesota and Dakota's Circumcision Crisis Protest Tour. And two women have stopped to talk to Daniel Bryce. Can we listen in?
But yeah, so he had to go through twice. He was like 5 the second time.
Well, it's terrible. So
Yeah.
What good?
He doesn't remember, but.
Well, yeah, that's no excuse. That's what they say about gay. I can't say the word. Gay.
Yeah.
And it's the same for girls, right? We
Right.
do it early enough, they can't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Female circumcision's not okay, so I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah, I'd like to remove the F in front of GM. It's a child GM.
Yeah.
Genital mutilation. The distinguished scholar Leonard Glick, Dr. Leonard Glick, wrote a book called Circumcision from Ancient Judea to Modern America, and he went on record several years ago with the following quote, "The genital cutting of children, boys and girls, is fundamentally evil," end quote.
Yeah.
That's from a scholar.
I believe that. I mean.
Fundamentally evil. I mean, evil is the strongest word you can apply to human behavior.
Yeah.
And male genital mutilation affects women too because it grafts the forehead to sexual pleasure for the women.
So what about people who say, like, if you don't, it's dirty?
Yeah, that's not true.
It's
I mean,
just
the
hygiene?
foreskin actually protects and keeps the penis clean until puberty when it naturally comes back. It's attached to the head of the penis like a fingernail. And so another problem is doctors are telling these parents to pull it back and clean underneath of it. Well, that causes infection. Ripping, tearing, scarring, causes phimosis. And I like to tell parents, like, well, do you soap up your finger and clean your daughter out really good?
Right.
Don't do that to your son.
And he has a daughter, by the way,
Have a daughter
who's
and a
pregnant
son,
right now.
And they're both intact.
So you didn't get your son circumcised?
Say
You
again?
didn't get your son circumcised?
No. Everybody wanted him circumcised. My wife, her family, my family, doctors, nurses, they hounded me.
Your father cried, begged you to do
My
it.
father was a captain in the military.
Why
He
is,
was a
why
commander.
does your son's dick, like, affect you so much?
Yeah.
Well, it's psychological trauma. He was circumcised. He circumcised 4 of his sons. 4
So he
boys.
feels like if it's wrong, then
Well,
he did something.
Yeah, see, exactly. My not circumcising my son was telling him, Father, Dad, you messed up.
Yeah.
You messed up.
Alright, I guess that makes sense.
So, yeah.
And I mean, for your father to cry,
Right, that was the first.
this was like, what, 30 years ago? Your son's 30 now, right?
Yeah, he's 31. Yeah, that was the only time I ever saw my dad cry.
Amazing.
He was a commander of the military. He was the head of the National Guard unit. He was tough.
And you told me, I mean, you know, in the last few years you've learned a lot, but you told me at that time you were just going on the instinct of a dad. You didn't know what you know now.
All I knew was that I was about 7 years old when I learned that something was cut on my genitals, and it devastated me. It felt like an elephant's head on my chest. My chest hurt. I was not going to do that to my son. I was not going to make him feel the way I felt.
I was not going to make him feel the way I made. Say that again?
I was not going to make my son hurt and suffer the way I did.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So we had 2 women talk. Thank you. So that was...
Yeah, tell the doctors no. Tell them to stick their bloody knives.
Will, welcome back. We had dinner last night with Will and the local group, Twin Cities chapter of the National Coalition for Men. We had they treated us to dinner. Thank you, Will, and the NCFM, Twin Cities chapter. Dwayne, we're on the final day, final protest of the final day of the tour. How'd this tour go? How's it going?
Good. Glad it's good when it's over, but
It's hard work.
it's hard work. But none of us want to leave because we know we're leaving little boys to the slaughter.
So-
Little boys to the slaughter every day we're not out here. So it's unfortunate that we have to leave. We have to go home. We have to go back to our families and our jobs.
And Dwayne, a lot of people are surprised. They don't think that we really are volunteers. I mean, they think someone's paying us.
No, we're all volunteers here. Only money, donation money, all goes towards flights and hotels and maintenance costs.
A Stick Raccoon says hello from Ohio. Modern Medusa says, hey friends, so glad to see you out there spreading the word. Thank you, Modern Medusa, one of my friends on Facebook. Stick Raccoon, we're probably friends on Facebook too, but I don't recognize this name. But yeah, it's been a great tour.
It's been a good tour, yeah. It's been really well. It's getting a lot of support for this tour. Not so much of the hate mail, so to speak, but a lot of support, thumbs up. I see it a lot from the men. We see the injured men. They give the little support they can. They give like a little hand wave or a little tap on the horn because it's as a society, men aren't allowed to express their needs or wants or desires. That's taboo or express their hurts, and that's how this is perpetuated. The men don't talk about it, and it just continues on. No infant should have body modifications. I think we all can agree on that. No infant should have body modifications. But yet it's happening every 26 seconds in the United States. Little boys being held down, strapped down, or however restrained, in whatever manner restrained, and undergoes body modification.
It's outrageous, Dwayne.
It's body
It's
modification.
outrageous.
We would not allow an infant to have a tattoo. We would not allow an infant to have their little finger cut off. We would not allow an infant to have scarification. But it is scarification. It's a lifelong scar. It's an encircling scar around the private parts of a little boy. I'm mostly surprised how people think that little boys don't die. And little boys die all the time because it's picture this. Okay, let's do a scenario for us. It is 2 days, it's 2 days after the mother gives birth. She brings her little boy in. The doctor amputates part of his body. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. They go home. There's no follow-up care. The mother's tired. She just gave birth 2 days ago. And the little boy is quiet for once. Oh my God, I can sleep. The little boy is quiet for the first time. Oh. The little boy's quiet because he's dying. Now he's passed out from lack of blood, and then it's only a, amount of time that the little boy is gonna expire. It's 2 ounces of blood.
There's a New York boy in the hospital right now fighting for his life after almost
he's
bleeding.
fighting for what life he has left. His brain is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah,
He's had brain damage,
he's
organ
screwed
damage.
over good.
He's
Baby Cody.
That they will have to clean his bottom for the rest of his life. He will never be a tax-paying citizen. He will never have a child. He will never contribute to society. He's now vegetables. But little boys also expire. He's okay. What form of life did we save with little Cody that is alive? But the little boys that expire, it's 2 ounces of blood in a modern diaper. It's nothing. Modern diaper absorbed that in a second. So, little boy expires. Mom's sleeping. Wakes up. The kid's gone. Now, what are they going to attribute that death to? Well, they're not going to put circumcision. They're going to put exquisiation, or however they pronounce it. In other words, he bled dead. From
Exsanguination.
what? Exsanguination? I say it again?
Exsanguination.
Exsanguination. So exsanguination that the little boy bled death. From what? That's not on the death certificate. It just says he bled to death. So it's hidden. It's accepted. We would never accept this from another preacher. Your pet in most states has more rights than
a little boy.
As a little boy, or the little boys, as we speak, being born today.
Dwayne, we'll talk more about this in
Thank you.
future interviews. Thank you so
Same
much.
one.
Dwayne Van Lanker, ladies and gentlemen. I call him the big man of the Bloodstained Men. 6'3", an iron will, and he takes his company time off to tour all of it. And Dwayne, you will be with us in Alaska in about a month and a half.
Being in Alaska will be the first time in 3 years I've taken any time off for myself because all my vacation goes towards Bloodstained Men. So, be enjoying the Alaska winter.
But he's talking about the tail end of our Alaska trip.
Alaska trip.
He's going to leave. He's going to stay in Alaska a few days after Bloodstained Men's protest tour ends. We're going to be going up to Fairbanks and down the peninsula there. I think it's called the Kenai Peninsula. Thank you, Dwayne Van Lanker. Luke, can we see the other side of your sign? And this, oh, you don't have the I want my foreskin back today. Luke, I currently have a video up on TikTok that features Luke. And it's got 1.5 million views. Check out my TikTok channel. That's when Luke is holding the sign. I want my foreskin back. And we've got a local family has come out to join us, Gwen and her family. And here's Bree. Bree is a registered nurse, a Minnesota nurse that I'm gonna talk to her off camera, get an interview with her, and I'll post that up here as a reel later on YouTube and everywhere else, all my other social media. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my live broadcast here from Apple Valley. This is the final protest of the 9-day Minnesota and Dakota's Circumcision Crisis Protest Tour. And like Dwayne was saying, we hate to say goodbye. We hate to leave the front lines because this is a national crisis, ladies and gentlemen. But here's Gwen and her beautiful children who have learned social responsibility early in their life, and they've been protesting with Gwen and with Bloodstained Men probably most of their lives. 9 years.
She's almost 9.
Yeah, so thank you, Gwen and Zayden and Skylar. Thank you, Gwen. And ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be doing more live broadcasts here from Apple Valley. I'm going to move this live broadcast over to TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you can find me at Bloodstained Men, Brother K at Bloodstained Men. This video will remain open on my YouTube channel. On TikTok, they archive it when the live ends, and so then I'll have to wait till I get home and I can download parts of that TikTok. But then I'm going to also be going live on Facebook, on my pages on Facebook. So if you follow Bloodstained Men on Facebook, you'll find me over there after I do the TikTok live. The TikTok live, I'm not sure how long I'll be on there. It just depends how it's going. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all your support. Remember, friends don't let friends circumcise. You can warn your friends, relatives, neighbors, and loved ones. Circumcision is child abuse. Circumcision is not medicine, never was, never will be. Circumcision is child abuse. Always was, always will be. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next time here on YouTube. Thank you, Modern Medusa.